G'day, my name's Gordon Dedman and welcome to another episode of Bushcraft Survival. Today I'm on a hike in New Zealand near the town of Akaroa, and it's a beautiful place. I'm just out on a day hike up a mountain or a large hill, whatever you like, and just out to seeing what I can find in the beautiful New Zealand countryside. So come along and I hope you enjoy it. Well, I've decided to have a break in my hike and I've come into a nice shady bushland area, and I'm just going to light a very small fire to have a cup of tea, then I'm going to clean up, leaving no trace. And I thought I'd give you a look at how to do that. In my stupidity, I left my connection for the camera at home that allows me to attach it to a clamp in any tree. I do that a lot, so I've actually rigged up something to attach that the camera to a vine, so you might get a bit of swaying, but there's nothing much I can do about it. As I said, technology and I don't usually go together. Let's get stuck into it, and I'll make a quick fire, have a quick cup of tea, clean up so there's no trace, and we'll be on our way. Always make sure you dig down to bare earth at all times. It's only going to be a very small one. The ground's actually quite damp, so we're not going to have too much of a problem here. Well, everything here is pretty damp, and sometimes it can be easier starting a fire with an ember rather than sparks, because it's everything's damp and there's actually not a lot to make a lot of tinder out of here, and I don't actually have a lot of time, to be honest. So I actually happen to have my flint and steel kit with me, so I'm going to try and get an ember and put it into these pine needles. Now they're a little bit green, so this may not work at all, so we'll just see. So we'll just see how we go with this, and the surface area is a little bit too coarse with that, so I'm guessing that it's going to be a bit hard, and I've only got one little bit of charcoal left as well, so personally I don't think it's going to be big enough, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Stick my charcoal on top of my, oh there you go, one strike. Usually doesn't happen like that. My guess is this will go out before it gets enough heat to burst into flame. there's a good example of poor preparation. I almost lost that then. And the reason was I didn't have my kindling and fine kindling sorted out first to put on. That's what happens when you rush. We're away now, but I almost lost that. That would have been my last bit of char cloth. So something as basic as just getting that preparation was the way I nearly lost that, because I didn't have enough time, and it was too messed up with the other kindling and the other size fuels that I couldn't separate it, and the pieces that I'd put on were too thick. Well, I'm going to stick my water on to boil. Bit of a platform there. Whoop. Use my glove. Always bring a glove with me. I'm just adding oxygen to make that more of a clean burn. That should be boiling in a couple of minutes. So that's my clean canteen. I think it's an 18 or 20 ounce stainless steel bottle. I've got an MSR cooking mug. This goes nice. It's just my little scout kit. Nice just for a quick cup of tea. And I've got another litre of water in here for this hike. There is a stream I passed, and I actually collected some water in that stream and filtered that as well. So I've got that. That's what's in there, ready to boil. You only need to bring that to the rolling boil for 2 or 3 minutes to kill all waterborne pathogens. There you go. Almost boiling already. Very small fire, very quick. It looks pretty good now. I think I'll take that off. I'll get our tea happening. That's boiling nicely now. Say about 2 minutes it's been boiling for. Any water collected from a natural water source, that's what you've got to do. The only thing that doesn't get rid of is chemical pollutants. So you need to make sure there's no heavy metals, pesticides coming off farming land or something like that. But this stream I sort of seem to come from the top of the mountain with no farmland around at this particular stream. Right, I'll get that off. And the tea we're having today is my favourite, Yorkshire. This is a Yorkshire Gold. And while I'm waiting for that to brew, I'm just going to move all my ashes and unburnt sticks and things into that fire, because I want that to burn to ash before I put it away, before I put it out. Cheers. Could cook quite happily on that, don't need a fire any bigger than that. So I'm going to let that burn down a bit to ash, and we'll clean up and be on our way. So to get going. Well, it's time for me to clean up. I've got to get going. So this is as small as I've got it. I have to leave now, so that I haven't got any more time. So I'm just going to, without saying, going to put it out as best I can, and then we're just going to distribute the ash so there's no sign the ground's completely cooled, and we'll be on our way. Now, if I was short on water, I wouldn't be doing this. In fact, if you had to urine and you need to go to the loo, you'd pee on the fire. Definitely, that's the best way to save drinking water. But I don't have to save it at the moment. I've got loads. So that's just warm. So what I'm going to do is just put dirt back on top of that. Well, I've refurbished the area completely, put the fire out, covered it up, and blended the area, and so it looks like there's no one's been here. And that's what you should do. Fire was completely out, completely cool. It's only a small fire, very easy to do. So I have to head back now. So hope you enjoyed that very sort of impromptu episode on having a very quick fire and how to leave no trace. We'll see you again next time.